Hey y'all, this is Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat. And this is the Fake Ass Book Club. Wait, can we both say it or no?
Welcome back, you guys. It's your girl, Moni.
And this is Kat.
And we're the Fake Ass Book Club, guys.
We are.
And we're here on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we're recording on Valentine's Day.
We are.
So, do you think Valentine's Day is just for romantic love or just all the love?
I think that it's branded toward romantic love, but because we can do what we want, I think it should be all kinds because not everybody's in a relationship. Not everybody has the romantic kind. So I think it's an opportunity to celebrate whatever kind of love, is
It's very diplomatic of you.
Yes.
I've just seen a lot of some people throw shade on Valentine's Day, which I just feel like is hateful.
Nobody's
Right.
throwing shade at Valentine's per
there
se.
there's a certain amount. People shade anything,
That's
right?
true. That's true. There's enough shade for everything.
I just feel like for something that's dedicated to love is this infinite thing. So why just make it about, maybe I'm just saying that because I'm single. But
I'm not, and I agree. So I don't know.
Okay.
But
maybe I should just be more goal oriented.
Man, maybe you should be. Maybe you should be like our topic this week, which is relationship goals. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. I know Kat brought it to my attention. I hadn't heard about it, but it is a film. It started off as a book.
Because we're a book club.
And we are a book club, but we actually did watch the film this week. So let me give you guys a little synopsis about the topic. Relationship Goals is a film adaptation of the best-selling book by Michael Todd. The story centers on modern dating. I don't know why I say dating like that. Centers on modern dating, faith, and often a messy journey toward healthy partnerships. Through a mix of romantic storylines and spiritual guidance, the film follows couples and singles navigating love, lust, commitment, and personal growth. So there you have it, friends. So I feel like this is the perfect topic. I mean, so technically it's Valentine's Day for us, but when this drops, it'll be a few days after. But obviously, it inspired our topic this week and if you're on YouTube, our attire. We're in red this week. So
And it was black led because it's Black History Month.
So we're talking about Black folks. We're talking about Black creatives and stuff like that. So and this isn't probably something that I would have just like on my own, ooh, let me watch relationship goals. I'm not the romance gal, you know what I'm saying? Not usually. I don't mind romance when it's not the main focus. Like if it's a subplot, usually I'm cool with it because it's fine. But it's just not my thing usually. So, but I'm like, you know what? In the interest of Valentine's Day and the fact that everybody's sort of talking about reviewing and watching this, I'm like, let's tap in. Let's get out here and put our opinions out here. So that's what we're doing this week, guys. I also want to get into our dedication because we can't really start any episode of this podcast if you're new here without a proper dedication. So if you're ready, friend.
I am. I'm ready.
All right. So hands over your hearts, everyone. This week and every week, we want to dedicate this episode to our patrons, to all of our friends out there supporting us. Thank you so much. You are our real Valentines. And I also wanted to dedicate this, my personal dedication is to indoor plumbing. It's to running water. It's actually hot and cold, and it's to my husband for helping us figure out our plumbing situation because let me tell you, it changes your life. You know what I mean? Like had to have a whole side conversation even with my kids about, there's people who live like this who don't have running water. Like, and they're clutching their pearls like, oh my God, it's pretty bad. So, I just feel an extra sense of love and appreciation to indoor plumbing and running water. And what about you, friend?
Yes, and big fan of indoor plumbing. My dedication this week is going out to my daughter. She's received dedications before. She's just maintaining a standard of excellence over time, I gotta say. She was part of a walkout this week along with lots of other students across the state to protest ICE. Have you heard about ICE?
Yes, I have.
Okay, for everybody who hasn't heard about ICE, they are acting up and the kids are not having it. They have eyes and they will not be gaslit. So they're making their voices heard. I got a little call from the school saying she had an unexcused absence. So I wrote her a little note so it was excused. And I'm very proud of her for making her her voice heard. She had the megaphone out there and
Let's
stuff.
go.
She's a Black leader. And also for watching this movie with me. She
Amen.
made so many wonderful contributions to my notes. So yeah, honey, this one's for you. Dedication over.
How sweet is that?
Yeah.
I love that so hard. And so just real quick before we get into it though, did you hear that ICE will be opening so it says the city of Carmel confirmed that its police department has been notified that ICE will be establishing an office within the city. Did you hear that?
I did not hear that.
Yeah.
I was actually in Carmel today. Do you go to Carmel a lot?
No.
I've, for whatever reasons, found myself in Carmel many a times. The vibes are weird. It's like one of the richest, places in the state, in the country.
Because Carmel High School, legit, like when they, anytime, if you go on YouTube and if you just YouTube Carmel, Indiana high schools, there'll be so many viral videos about it.
Okay.
About their just the money that they spent to build up that high school and just
and the
all
fact
the
they won't
amenities
split
and
it
stuff like
up
that.
either
Because
they want to keep
they're not trying to annex
the sports talent pool there.
Yep.
Which isn't always great for education. But anyway, whenever I don't really like going there when I don't have to because the vibes are weird. You would think for having all that affluence, it would be super happy. I feel like there's more road rage there than other parts of the city.
I don't know, man.
They do have a lot of amenities though.
Very
and
nice.
it's not like,
It looks picture perfect. Like it's almost like unreal sometimes when you're like going around the little
Valley,
roundabouts.
and it's like,
okay. All right.
And
Very
also
Stepford wife-ish.
It's also, I don't want to say dreary, but I went there today because I went to Market District just to get little Valentine's Day
I
things.
used to work right over there.
Okay, by Market District. And yes, you did.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Right off
we met
160.
and had lunch one time.
We did
That was
at their
nice.
little restaurant
Sure
and stuff
did.
like that. So, and it's super cute. But so I went there dressed like this. I pretty much shut it down.
Of course you did. I mean, hello.
And I'm like, everybody here probably has more money than me. It's like,
But-
why
and I
are
shut
you,
it down.
It's like, but why
You know what I
khakis?
mean?
Right.
Because that's the uniform of oppression.
But I feel like
Apparently, they don't like things that are beautiful or nice or colorful. I
you
don't
can
understand.
tell from the January 6th attack because it was just kind of like
You guys
I love
look
it when
terrible.
Vince Carter
Vince Carter's the
Carter said
best.
that.
Probably. We'll
when
give him
he was
credit.
just like oversized T-shirts, terrible moments.
Terrible moments. Terrible. Yeah, that sounds like him. Sounds like him. I should dedicate more stuff to him.
I'm a fan
I'm
now.
so glad
Oh yeah,
I
so thank
brought
you for
you-
putting me on to that because
Vince
that
Carter's the
interview with
best.
Zero was amazing, and watching his show. I'm gonna have to watch that again because I
Hold
know I
up,
missed
we need
some
to
stuff.
review it.
You're right.
Okay, let
Who
me put that
killed
on the
Massa?
notes. Let's put it in the notes.
That
Vince
one just for that was just
Carter.
amazing.
show. Okay.
Sorry, I'm getting loud. I told myself because I'm doing this editing and I'm like, why are you so loud?
You're
It's
very
like-
excitable. It's fine. It's fine, friend. Okay, though, but let's get into the actual show. Okay, all the sidebars aside.
Relationship goals.
Relationship goals.
Focus.
It's Valentine's Day. Let's get into it. So, do you have any information about the producer, writer, directors, any of that kind of stuff? Before
Okay,
we...
well, I'm pretty sure it was produced by Amazon Prime because boy, did they say Amazon. You knew it was Amazon.
They did, but so Devon Franklin, are you familiar with this person? So that was one of the producers.
Oh, okay.
Also Kelly Rowland.
Oh,
was an
yes,
executive producer.
I saw that.
Bart
'Cause I was like,
Lipton.
go Kelly.
Go Kelly, and and then also Pastor Michael Todd was an executive producer. All right, so go ahead and
Okay, so
Who's the-
actually, I was doing my overview on the director,
let's do it.
Linda Mendoza Kyle,
Kale, I would just
Kale
say. Yeah.
is an American film and television director and stand-up comedian. Mendoza's directorial career began in 1992, directing promotional segments for Fox and MTV. She then went on to produce segments for kids' songs and the Nickelodeon sketch comedy series Roundhouse and All That.
Okay, I remember all that. That was
I
cute.
remember
I
that.
was a little old for it when it came out, but I remember seeing it and like in,
Sure.
Kel and
Sure,
Keenan and
Keenan
all
Kel.
them. And
This
who's the
is,
one girl who's on there? She's pretty iconic.
Amanda Bynes, or
No,
the
no.
one from Steve Harvey Show?
No, from all that. She was the heavier set.
She was in Steve Harvey Show.
Okay, I forgot. It's Steve Harvey show then. Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot her from that. She was in the Steve Harvey show?
Yeah. She
Was she was
played.
a friend of
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
she was
forgot.
one of the students.
Oh, that's right. You saying that unlocked the memory that I forgot.
What's her name? We
are.
are really talking about her.
I
and
don't
not
know. That's what I
saying
was
her
hoping you
name.
knew.
No, I don't
Okay, wait.
remember.
So let's
She was
go.
hilarious though.
All that
But
cast.
I wanted to. It was
Lori Beth
interest-
Debling.
Okay.
Denberg. Sorry, Lori Beth Denberg.
a
Shout
talent,
out to you.
a
Yes,
talent.
Yes.
To me, it's very interesting that she's mostly produced things for very young people because this movie did feel very young.
Okay.
Even though everyone was full adults, like
adults,
our
yeah, it was.
age, grown aunties, uncles, adults.
Yes.
So,
Okay. Something
And-
of note.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but Michael Todd. Did you have anything on Michael Todd, or was I supposed to get something on Michael
No,
Todd?
I have a little
Okay.
something. So Michael Todd is a hold up, so he leads a non-denominational church in Tulsa, Oklahoma called the Transformation Church. He's married to this lady named Natalie, and they've been co-pastors, I guess, since 2015. And before this, had you heard of this man ever in your life?
Yes.
Okay. How?
Okay. Do you remember that preacher who spit on a guy and rubbed his saliva in his eyes?
Uh-huh.
That was Michael Todd.
Yes, I
Yeah,
know.
that was Mike. Oh, so you remember. Okay. Yeah, that's Mike Todd. So yes, I have heard of Mike Todd before.
So for those of you who don't know, this video we're talking about, I already have the link, so this shall be in the notes. If you're interested in seeing the clip, it will be there for you. And then also too, he's sort of known for just very like over the top theatrical sort of
He's a
things that he
stunt.
does. Yes, a stunt artist in church. And also, too, it brought to mind, like, the whole Drewski
sketch,
situation
yeah.
because the outfit that he was wearing was mimicking a Michael Todd outfit,
No,
actually,
that was
right? Or no?
that was photoshopped.
Was it? Okay, that was
Yeah,
perfect.
my
I
daughter
love
brought that to me,
Thank
and we
you, daughter.
and I was like looking at it, and we were laughing. I was like, hold up. And I was like, nah,
It's
this
photoshopped.
is photoshopped. His head was too small on it. You could see it. And there was no video. So
Okay,
we did
beautiful.
a deep dive. But
Okay,
and he
good.
even commented on the video and said he thought it was funny.
I bet he did.
Yeah.
bet
But once
he
again,
did.
he knows how to ride a wave.
Yeah, absolutely. They're still talking about you. So
Yeah.
that's
You're
currency
winning,
or
'cause
whatever. So there's that.
He knows how the attention economy works. For sure.
Absolutely. And I think the younger generation, that's something that they do very well, branding themselves no matter what aspect
How
of
old is
entertainment
he?
that they're in. I don't have that. You'd have to Google it. I'm not sure. He
Okay.
looks pretty young though.
He does.
Yeah, wait a minute. And then what else did I have about this man? I feel like that's the main thing you need to know. Like, he's this pastor, and I guess he took over for a senior pastor, and he really grew the congregation because it was not as popular, and he does a lot of stuff on YouTube. So a lot of his clips, like the spit one and some other ones where he's like pouring syrup on the Eucharist and on a Bible, and people are gasping. He's like, y'all don't care about this. Y'all don't even care. Y'all don't even care about what y'all. It was basically a commentary on like, you don't even care about what you put in your own body. So why are you gonna try to act offended by me doing this to the
body of
holy book?
Christ.
Yes,
okay.
you know what I mean. That's one way to do it, I guess.
So he's 39 years old.
39. So
Okay. And I feel like I read that he got real popular during the lockdown.
yes, because that happened during COVID. The saliva situation happened during COVID, which made it so egregious too. It was like, really, in the middle of a global pandemic, you decided to put your saliva in your hand and smear it in somebody. I feel like that's gonna come up a lot for me because y'all know how I feel about stuff that's nasty. I'm not gonna be able to I can't get over that. So just keep in mind, this is the messenger. This is the person who's behind this book. This is the person that helped write and produce this actual piece of cinema that we're gonna review today. So that's just a little background on him. So I think what would be helpful at this point is probably just to sort of break down
Okay.
of this film.
I'm actually going to include this as one of the books we've read. I
Okay.
didn't finish it because just on principle, I refused to buy it. And it
Amen.
was
That's
on
fair
hold
enough.
at the library. And I didn't even want to use one of my Audible credits because I could have gotten, I just was like, I don't want to have this forever.
Yeah.
It's so I just did the free clip that you can listen to, right? The little preview.
For the book?
Yeah, for the book.
Okay. So you're doing the breakdown for the book or the movie?
No, I mean, just real quick. I'm going to do the breakdown
Okay.
for the film, but just so people know, just you get a feel for the book. He's not all the way wrong. You know, he starts off by saying basically that social media creates unrealistic relationship goals for people.
Agreed.
Of constant trips, the whole
just
thing.
The highlight like today, reel. We know that on Valentine's Day, there's going to be so many
highlight
quotes,
reels.
hashtag relationship goals, posts. Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Proposals, all that stuff. So agree with him there, but solid. I feel like ultimately he just swaps out one fantasy for another, ultimately.
Ooh. Okay.
And I read other for people who reviewed it online who'd read the whole thing. Excuse me. One of the more common things was just how infantile it was and how it felt like it was written for teenagers and in no way really addresses
the real life nuances of interpersonal and romantic relationships.
Yeah, especially long term.
Interesting.
It's it feels like a cash grab.
Okay. All right.
To cat.
All right. Feelings aren't facts.
But our movie because of course, if you just see the thumbnail, you're like, yes.
I can't wait. Let's describe. First of all, when you get to see Kelly Rowland and Method Man, two, I think objectively just beautiful people, it's like, this is a vibe. I'm into it. They're styled nicely. Like the thumbnail looks really great. They look polished. Yeah, so it's like, okay, this looks good.
And I'm like you, I'm not usually into rom-coms, not for real. Like I have to be in a very specific mood.
Sure. They can be fun. They can be fun sometimes.
I feel like Mindy Kaling of Fab Fave, she made the point that rom-coms sort of exist in their own universe, kind of like sci-fi.
Okay.
She's like, I know this isn't real. This is just where I go to indulge.
Okay.
And I'm like, I get that. That's fair. That's fun. This wasn't fun though. Like it wasn't. Okay. So we start off with Kelly Rowland's character. What was her name? I just called these people by their real names.
So her character was Leah Caldwell.
Okay, Leah. And she's getting up. She's living her best life. Soundtrack was amazing.
Yeah,
no notes on the
it
soundtrack,
was.
at least towards the end when it started getting whatever. But for the most part, the soundtrack was amazing. So she's getting up. She's got this gorgeous apartment. Like she's getting up early to go to her dream job as an executive producer on what is kind of like the Today Show
or something.
Like just picture the Today Show or Good Morning America, something like that. Got on this great outfit, hair, face, nail, everything. And so she's going in there, and there's another reporter that works there, played by Robin Thede.
Love Robin Thede.
And what was the makeup artist's name?
Her name, Teresa. Or Treese. Treese in the show,
Yeah, so they're up in her. They're like, oh my gosh, this is your
She's the makeup artist on the set.
On the set of the show or whatever. So come to find out, she's actually not getting the job like she thought she was. It turns out that there's another contender, and that contender is her ex, Method Man. What was his name? Jared Roy. And so he shows up, and he has got a haircut. He has got the right clothes on, and Method Man is just an incredibly, like I said, attractive man. So you're just like, yay. So
they're all here.
They're all here. Oh, and then Damon from Pose is there too.
He is so cute. So Roland was his character. Yeah, he's like an assistant.
So Roland is also there too, just to be the, I guess, gay sidekick.
Sure.
Yeah. And so everyone's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're not giving you the job. And because they're saying the boss or whoever is trying to say that he can't just give her the job because she hasn't proven herself as a team player. Whatever. It's like,
that's not what. Okay, I'm sure that the guys don't get those same notes usually in those positions.
And who? Because it's so weird. Like he's just working there now. Like I thought
they recruited him or something because she was supposed to be the showrunner because she's, like you said, she's in production and stuff, and the guy is going to be stepping down. So he had to name her. So it was kind of like a sure thing until I guess Jared Roy is like this popular personality too, though, on TV, but it's not daytime TV. And so when the company knows that they have an opportunity to pull him in, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, well, let's just see who's going to be better for the job, kind of.
Which is
crazy.
weird. Once again, I don't work in that
Maybe that's
field
right,
of
right.
media. Maybe that's how it goes. Once again, we're in fantasy rom-com world. It wasn't a lot of calm, though.
It was a little. It was
It
sprinkled
was a
in there.
little calm. Funny enough, like it was like the older white women that they encountered, where I was like,
Kinda
let's
funny.
let's just go follow them around now. It's got to be more interesting.
Wow.
Like that white woman at the bar who was screaming death to the patriarchy.
Oh my
I was like, yeah,
God.
what's her deal?
It's like, oh my
Like that
God.
was
Okay, fair
one of the
enough.
more interesting things, but everybody's got their relationship problems. So Leah's problem is she ain't got no mans. And Robin Theady's problem is she got a man, but he won't marry her. And makeup art, what was it?
Treese.
Treese's problem is she cannot even get a date with a man. Like she's getting ghosted on first dates for being an absolute like nitwit. You know what I mean? Like she's being inauthentic. Whatever. So finally, Leah and what's his name?
Jared Roy.
They end up having to pitch ideas for the Valentine's Day segment. Would you say they spent an inordinate amount of time on this segment, like, and did nothing else?
Yep.
For a couple, what looked like a
Yep.
couple weeks.
Yep, that was it.
I was like, once again, don't work in media, but I feel like you do more than one story at a time, and to spend
This
this
was
much
it.
time on a fluff piece, because
A fluff piece, Valentine's Day. This is not.
yeah,
is
it's
made
not
up.
the Epstein files.
No, it's not.
So, but whatever. They spend the whole movie putting together this Valentine's Day segment because they decided to go with Jared's idea, which is covering Pastor Mike Todd and his book Relationship Goals.
Yeah, because he stands up at the pitching table in front of everybody and does an infomercial about how this book, as he holds it up, changed his life. You know what I mean? Like, really did the whole 90-second infomercial for that, which was very nice. That's what I love in a movie.
I'm surprised a QR code didn't pop up.
Seriously. It was like, damn.
Guys, you missed an opportunity.
Oh my God. You really should have thought about that.
Could have just
It's like,
slowly
oh my God. On
come-
Amazon Prime.
I'm sure if you had paused it, it
Probably would
would've-
have let you. Oh my God. Anyway.
Yeah, it did feel. I heard that in lots of different reviews. This felt
Okay.
like an hour and a half commercial for this book.
Kind of was though, but
So, the whatever reason, the big boss was like, "Yeah, let's go with Jared's idea," and everyone's kind of like, "I don't know. It seems like it's kind of religious. We don't usually
Yeah.
do this on this, morning show that's for everyone." But they're like, whatever." So.
going down to the church and do a field trip.
They decide to go to Tulsa to Mike Todd's actual church. So it ends up being kind of a
you
commercial for his
guys.
church too.
Yes, it was.
So they go to the Transformation
Not
Church.
kind of. Twas.
So they go up in there, and it's to me a typical mega church. You got stadium seating,
Got the
lots of
lighting,
lights,
smoke.
fog, jumbotrons,
Yes.
all that kind of
Think
stuff.
Drewski.
Big production value, right? And so he's just in there, he's whispering, he's like, "Impressive, huh?" That's when me and my daughter like
No.
bust out laughing.
This is the
It was
worst,
just like,
actually.
to me, it felt less spiritual and more capitalism to me.
And
that's
also, too, and we can talk about this separately because we do want to just get through the beat by beat, though. But also, it's like virtue signaling. Like, I almost kind of feel like sometimes church feels like something you have to perform in order to be like
a good person.
a good person and to be accepted in
As a
your
good
community,
person,
especially
yeah.
because it's such a big part of a lot of people's lives. So
Sure.
that's what it felt like. But
A little bit. And so they don't come out and say it, but you get the impression that Leah and Jared broke up because he was stepping out.
they said it.
They said it. Oh, they straight up said
A
it.
bunch,
Okay,
yeah,
great.
yeah, a bunch.
And so he's trying to convince her he done changed
Because of the book.
because of the book. And so they stay for the whole service or whatever. I missed why she didn't go back to New York with Robin and like everybody else.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if they stayed too late or something like that, but then she ended up missing her flight. I'm not sure. But just so happens, they both get stuck there because there was going to be a weather situation or whatever. And so
They had to drive.
they end up having to drive out.
And during
6 hours.
their drive, I guess.
Jared.
I'm sorry.
You're having a hard time.
I'm having a hard
Wow,
time.
she's getting all choked up by all the love, man. That's crazy. Is it because these relationship goals are hitting you in your heart right now?
They
friends?
are.
Yeah, I can tell.
No, so they're in the car and he's just, he's just being Mr. Playful and
Charming and
gooful,
fun.
singing to the radio, and she's just like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I can't believe it's just.
It's supposed to sort of be this love-hate. It's like, think Pepe Le Pew if you're old enough. Think, like, I'm really trying to love you, girl, and she's having none of it. You know what I mean? She's just rejecting I don't care if you're charming and fine, all this stuff.
Yeah, and he's just like, nah, I ain't been seeing nobody. And then here come the phone telling on you and been like, you have a text message from Tatiana 612.
Right, red dancing emoji.
Right. And it's like, where it's like, oh, Big Daddy, I missed you and all this stuff. And she starts laughing. She's like, oh, who's this? He was like, I
don't need to be talking to her
I don't
no
need to
more.
be talking to her no more. And we never circle back to that, by the way. I mean, to me, all the evidence points in the direction that he's still a FB.
What's that stand for, friend?
I'm going to whisper it because it's a bad word.
Okay, tell me in my ear.
Fuck boy.
Ooh. Hate to see it.
Or an FN.
Okay. Ugh. Okay.
So, because he's grown. So he's 10 years older than her in real life. So, that part bothered me. I don't know. Because I'm like, movie, you didn't have to do that. You could have made
that was
him
real.
better. Like,
But that was real.
fine. So, long story short, they end up doing it. And
They sure did, because the piece was such a success. The numbers, the social media interaction was this fluff piece on Valentine's morning.
I mean, it was horny.
All the old people loved it. Okay, it was like, oh my gosh. And so, please let me take you out so we can celebrate. They go to dinner, and this is the first time you see her kind of like letting her guard down, because the whole movie she's just batsuing him left and right.
As she should.
And so then and they continuously point out that she has these extra high standards. You know,
she
has
had a
these lists
list
of things that she wanted and all this stuff.
Did you read the list?
Some of it.
Yeah, I took a screenshot of the list.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to circle back to
We
this on the
will.
list. And so yeah, they end up having a boozy dinner and then going back to his place. And then, of course, she does it's the whole scene where you wake up and he's still asleep and you're like grabbing your stuff, trying to sneak out.
I can't believe I did this. It must have been that evil alcohol.
It was. And they had and then, she's trying to leave. And he's like, well, why are you leaving? She's like, this was the biggest mistake of my life. And, you haven't changed and I should have never did this. And why are you coming after my job and all this?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know what I mean? Like, this is my dream job and you're here trying to grab my job up. And then she leaves and he's like, it was the best day of my life. And so the next day he gets back to work or she gets back to work and he ends up telling, the boss tells her, okay, you got the job. And she's all excited. And she's like, well, what about Jared? Oh, he didn't apply. He's leaving. He's going to work at Spotify doing stuff on the West Coast or wherever the hell, East Coast. And
no, it's West Coast. He's going to LA. Yeah.
And then so she was just like, oh, and so then it wasn't fun for her because it was like, oh, I wanted to beat him specifically.
She's like, well, and then don't forget she had a dead mom.
Oh yeah,
That
unresolved trauma.
she had some
She wasn't
unresolved trauma because her
acknowledging.
dad, she just wasn't listening to the men in her life. And that was
She
her problem.
It was.
Because her daddy was like, you need to come with me to the grave. And Method Man, I'm sorry, I just can only think of him
That's
as
fine,
Method
he
Man.
could be Method
'Cause to
Man,
me,
that's
he
who he
wasn't even
is.
acting. He was just Method Man. So Method Man was like, you need to be with me, girl. And she's like, no. And so finally she's like, you know what? I'm ripping this list up. I'm going to go see my mama and talk to her about why I have everything I ever wanted, but I'm still sad because I ain't got no mans.
And I'm rewatching the segment that we both did together, and I'm gonna say out loud to myself, "You're right."
You were right.
And then I'm gonna go to my girlfriends and tell them I'm in love with Jared, and they're
they're
like,
like,
"Girl,
we knew
you were. You have to do a romantic gesture." And then she goes to the airport because the saucy gay
Roland
pops up and was like, he's at the airport, girl, you gotta go get him. So then she leaves and runs and sees him in line. And then she tells security
Calls
that
the
he has
police
something
on her.
suspicious, which I
Yeah.
thought, that's fucked up.
That was
You
really,
don't
y'all
call the
don't
security
ever
on a
do
black
that.
man
That's
in
never
the
cute.
airport.
You could have been like, Jared. That's all she
You
had
could
to
have
do.
walked up and did like this. You ain't even
Well,
have to yell.
it was the security thing at
Girl,
the
you
airport.
could have got close enough. Wasn't nobody standing. It was just space between these two niggas. It wasn't like a wall.
And like I said, yeah, it wasn't like a clear glass wall.
You didn't have to
Yeah.
go behind the little elastic
that was
line.
unnecessary drama. And just
So
knowing
that's
real
dangerous.
life, you can get
Don't.
somebody really hemmed up on a no-fly list, all kind of stuff. Like, I wouldn't even talk to you after that.
That's
But
messed
he
up.
wasn't. He was like, girl, you won.
He
Kiss,
said,
kiss,
did you
kiss.
do that? Yes.
Yes.
And it's
I
like,
just
well,
love
I do
you.
realize that my success didn't bring me the joy. It didn't feel like I thought it was going to feel. And I really realized that I loved you. even though I still don't know who that dancing emoji girl was in the phone when you called me or whatever, or when we were sitting in the car.
It's probably the chick in LA.
And so like, let's just kiss now. And then like, let's go to the wedding of Robin Thede's character. Let's talk about that because
Let's go. Okay, so we're just the whole thing is just about how this book changes lives, right?
That's
People
it.
just touch this book. The Bible could never.
No.
So
Bible schmibel.
Bible schmibel. The Bible barely gets a
cameo in this
passing
bitch.
mention in this film, for this Christian film. So Robin Thede's character, she's been the long-suffering girlfriend.
4 years.
I thought it was 10.
I thought it was just 4.
Maybe. I
Somewhere
wasn't paying
between
a lot
4
of
and
attention.
10. long
It's
time.
just too long. She was just really just staying when you know the person ain't gonna marry you. It's too long. So she finally reads the book and she's like, well, because she does the interview with the pastor and his wife, and she was just like, so let's just say, you know, there's someone in a relationship and the other person doesn't want to get married. It's like, really? You got to ask them that? I feel like this is the easiest question. Like, I feel like
we don't want the same thing. What should we do?
My, like, 10th grader could tell you, like, what to do.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now. It's like, all these people in the world, you got this good-ass job. What are you even talking about? You ain't got no
And
kids.
you're cute. Like, what's the problem, girl?
So anyway, she's like, well, until further notice, I am not putting out anymore and I'm moving out because you don't want what we want. So then he reads the book and he was like, girl, I want you to come to my retirement game or my retirement.
Well, she broke up with them and they hadn't seen each other in a while. She actually went to go stay with Treese, I think, for a second. Or did she stay with her? Or did she just show up that night just because she needed whatever?
Something. I don't know. It honestly doesn't matter because then he's like, come to my retirement party. I just miss you. Also, he probably likes your cachet because you're in the whatever.
Yeah.
So
he was a sports guy too, though. So he had like a high profile.
She shows up because here's the thing: the fashion in the show is incredible, except for when she gets proposed to. Like it wasn't a good look. Like the dress they put her in, it was ill fitting.
Was it green?
No, it was like black with these little like beading on it and stuff like that. It was, once again, Robin Thede is a beautiful woman, and she usually has killer looks. I feel like she styles herself very well. For whatever reason, what is supposed to be this dream moment of this man getting down on his knees in front of everybody and proposing to you like you always wanted, I was like, why doesn't the dress fit? Like, that feels like a missed opportunity, but also whatever. So he gets engaged, and then when they finally get married,
the pastor marries him.
Yeah, Mike Todd.
And the wife is
him.
the pastor's wife is in the audience.
Yeah, and then for Treese, bless her heart, she tries to get that on a date, gets ghosted on the date for lying, which you deserve. Don't lie. Like, that man had every right to preserve his time. Actually, most men won't even pay for the dinner. I was like, that was a good one,
That was
actually.
nice. I would have sat there and ate as well. That's perfect. I'm about to enjoy this shit. Thank you, sir.
Or I have to entertain you now.
Right.
But no, he still could have been like, you know what? I invited you out. I'm going to still pay for the dinner, but I can just already feel this isn't working. We shouldn't waste our time. Just leaving without saying anything is so rude. But anyway.
But it also is pretty clear as well.
It is. It's clear. You know, it's better than sleeping with her and leading her on for years. But she eventually reads the book and realizes that she's a dirty chicken nugget and needs to get her shit together. And so she decides to pretend to be dating, or before that, she pretends to be dating Roland and take her to her parents' house. Her mom was like, girl, this is clearly a homosexual. So don't be doing that. You ain't got to pretend for us. You ain't got to lie to kick it.
Apparently I did, though. You know what I'm saying?
Giving her a hard time?
I'm just... something, because why else would you do that? You know what I mean?
She seemed kind of unhinged. I don't know.
I don't know. Right, whether it was imagined or whatever, people do feel the pressure, I guess.
They do.
To be in,
I guess.
To be booed
I
up.
don't. But yeah, a lot of people do. So, but finally she gets it together and she's like, you know what? I'm just going to sit on it from now on. And I've got a dog named Boyfriend. And
I'm just gonna date myself.
Yeah, that wrapped up her thing. Like, she just got a puppy.
And then after the wedding, I guess Jared and what's her face, Leah, they probably lived happily ever after because they did read the book. Now, I never saw Leah read the book, but I don't think she needed to because she saw the segment. She went to church. She saw the actions of Jared.
She ripped up the list.
She saw that her friend got married after reading the book. She saw her dirty chicken nugget friend wrap up her life. And then just real quick, because there was just during that segment where
And the reason we're saying dirty chicken nuggets.
that's what yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So because it was like during a segment where Robin Thede character was talking to the
Doing
pastor
the
and the wife and stuff.
interview,
Yeah, doing the interview. It was like, imagine a bag of chicken nuggets, and imagine you pass the bag around, everybody's touching the chicken nuggets, everybody's touching the chicken nuggets, and then somebody hands you the bag of chicken nuggets, and then you reach down in there. Do you still want the chicken nuggets? So women who date, men who date, you know what I'm saying? You're
dirty chicken
Your
nuggets.
chicken nuggets that get passed around. And
or
so,
chewed gum. This is all purity culture stuff. As a card-carrying member of A Promise to Keep, I remember these examples we would give, or like spitting in a cup and then asking someone to drink it.
or
like,
spitting in your hand and then smeared it in somebody's face as a pastor of a church.
Well, we never did that at Promise to Keep. We were way more classy than that. But yeah, it's this idea of purity culture. I had to actually look up some stuff too, just about how psychologically damaging purity culture is to people and stuff like that, and how it's a tool a lot of times used by abusers.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
fam.
But I won't get too deep into that because we're trying to keep it fun.
Okay, so that's basically it, right? Like
Yeah,
how
that's
it
everything
end?
that happened. Everything
Yeah.
else in between. Oh, no, we left out one
happened?
very important
Oh,
part.
God, what?
When they go to the club.
Oh, was that important?
Yeah.
I was like, they got there, danced, and then left.
It could have been left entirely out of the movie, to be
Yeah,
sure.
it was just like-
But I think it was an important message about how that's what proper, like, women do. Like, they
You
don't
go before everybody gets there, dance together, and then leave?
Yeah, because then you had no chance of meeting someone and, like, sparking something.
Golly, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
I did not understand why. I was like, they got so dressed up. Did a little dance in slow motion.
Like,
nobody was there.
at 9
And they were
p.m.
like,
at the club.
Ooh, you ready to go? I
She was like, yeah, girl, I needed that.
It's like, you needed that one dance? You could have did that at home. in your
That's
front
exactly
room
how
with
I
some
felt.
wine in your pajamas. You could have had on a bonnet. It would have been great.
It would have been more fun,
Right.
honestly.
And it should have been at my house so I wouldn't have to leave after. I
in
could
New
sit and be like,
York.
Bye, guys.
In New York.
Ain't no way. Okay.
I'm just
well,
saying that because it's hard to get places.
Yeah, I mean,
It's hard to get places, especially all dressed up. And that was just, to me, that was so weird. I was like, why was that a thing?
I have no idea.
But that's the only thing I could come up with, just to show how they're, these are good women.
Now that they've read the book, been exposed to the book,
I guess.
I don't know. It was, I didn't even think
like
that
I
hard
said,
about it.
I feel like these were very infantilized characters. Like, nobody acted or talked like adults.
They really didn't, and the dialogue was so. You can tell that Michael Todd was one of the writers because it felt like they were reading excerpts out of the book. Because at a certain point, how can I act that? Because there's something, and if you've never been to a church where you have a preacher who uses like all these catchphrases and stuff like that, these little rhymey things, it's like that's not how people talk. You know what I'm saying? So it felt fake. So I don't know how you act well to that. I don't know how some of those dialogue scenes could be well acted. I just don't know how.
I feel like Roland did a good job.
So speaking about the acting, I don't think the acting was bad, actually. I think the acting was fine,
say,
but it's like, how
actually,
can it be?
I think Method Man's acting was bad.
Okay. But then it wasn't great, but also too, a lot of his lines were based on him reading the book. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, to me, it was an FB manifesto. Like, to me, it's like, do you remember remember in Insecure, when Lawrence's friend, his trifling light-skinned friend,
what did he do?
The short one.
Oh, I do remember his
And
trifling
he had
light-skinned friend.
that
He was
like super trifling bachelor party that made his fiance break up with him and like leave him at the altar.
Yes.
And then he got back in her good graces by going to church.
That's all it takes.
This is what this reminded me of.
This is all it takes.
Where it was
Wow.
like, you didn't really do anything. You're just using this sort of already framework that exists for redemption to get back into my good graces. But you haven't actually done anything to prove that you've changed. Like, even the movie, they didn't even have to include that part where there's chicks still texting him. Like,
That would have been better, and it would have made a more of a case. Like, well, we didn't see him do anything messed up. I mean, technically he didn't, but it's like, why? You're not dating. You're dating with intention, and this time I'm, dating with a purpose and all this kind of stuff. And it's just like, are you though?
And it didn't really even feel like he was courting her all that much. Like, she brought him like that really thoughtful book about Daniel the trout, and he's just kind of like around. No?
Okay, so what I liked.
Okay.
Let's start there.
Okay.
Like you said, it was overall styled very well. I think the production value was very good. I think that there was some nice on-screen chemistry between our two main characters.
I disagree.
I thought it was pretty good. I liked their little. I liked it more when they didn't like each other. Like, I liked the little back and forth stuff.
Okay.
And everybody was good to look at. Like, it was just, it was like visually appealing. And like you said, the soundtrack, the pacing, like everything was like, I was like, it's all the trappings for a really great romantic comedy. You know what I'm saying? But then it was like, because of the actual dialogue and because it was so overtly an ad for this book and for this church, and it's oversimplified relationship goals. Like, if all it takes is just reading this book and now all your problems are solved, it's like, oh great. So basically, read the book, bitch. I didn't read it. How did I even get here? It makes me question how I even got here. How am I still married for almost 20 years when I haven't ever read the book and I ain't been to church? I can't remember the last time. Probably some kind of funeral service.
Yeah, I think that's probably the last time I was there.
And I will go upon request by certain individuals that I love and respect, but I do not make it a habit. And honestly, and the churches that I will be invited to go to aren't ones that I hate going to either. But like, if I was invited to a mega church, you know what I'm saying? At my big age, it's a big no for me.
And for a person like Kat, who doesn't like, I don't like stadiums, period.
Ugh.
So a lot of mega churches they're like built like stadiums. They're super loud. They're super cold. There's so many people. It's so loud. Oh my God. Like, to me, this isn't my idea of like a good time. It's like onions. Because obviously there's a lot of people who really like it.
Okay.
Whereas for me, I will pay extra money to not have them.
Yeah.
And it's just, and I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum, because I don't think we should get rid of onions. It's just, I don't want them on my plate.
Right. It was very much that. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, this isn't for me.
But also, it feels like I was reading a lot of the reviews, and a lot of Christians had problems with it.
What?
Well, because...
Like what? What'd they have to say?
Well, there was alcohol. There was sex.
Fornication.
Yeah. There wasn't much Bible. Because I feel like, I don't know, because I don't watch Mike Todd. It sounds like he's kind of like a black Joel Osteen. Because if you're familiar with Joel Osteen, he's more of a motivational speaker than really a pastor.
Preacher,
he's not using the Bible a whole bunch. But I thought, because we're dragging a little bit, I might read one of the 5-star reviews I saw on
do it.
Amazon.
Let's
it's a
hear what
short
they
one.
have to say. Okay.
This is from Cheryl. 5 stars. Living on Tulsa Time. And this was reviewed February 7th, 2026.
Let's go.
I am from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I have heard of the Transformation Church depicted. It is a real place, and that is the real pastor and his wife. He actually wrote the book depicted. The movie was well written, well acted, well cast. They had to put some alcohol and sex into it for Hollywood, but at least they didn't have any gay couples.
How does she explain Roland, though? He was gay.
He wasn't in a couple.
So as long as you're not coupled, it's fine. You
Yeah,
can
a
be
lot of
a singular gay.
dogmas are like, you're allowed to be gay, you just can't do gay stuff.
All right. Here we go. All right. Yeah, so because for my pros, again, like it was just styles, the visuals. And I agree with the casting was pretty decent. It was definitely fine. So cons, like I said, I want to bring back like, are these goals or are these just things that are framed as virtue? Because again, like, even just knowing his pastoral style of being sensational and like using the internet, I'm not even saying that you shouldn't. I mean, especially like he's 39, like he grew up, like you're very much a part of the virtual sort of way of life, and so utilizing social media and all of that kind of stuff and really strong branding. I mean, how and there's something to be said for him being able to grow that following that he has, but I don't think that wisdom and charisma are the same.
Oh, for sure.
And I feel like those things get conflated, especially in these settings, because in my estimation, I feel like a lot of the time, and maybe you can relate to this, people who seem to be attracted to these kind of positions in life, and I'm not even speaking about necessarily just spiritual leaders, but even like think law enforcement, there's a certain kind of man that is drawn to that work. And a lot of the time I suspect it's because maybe
slavery.
You have felt, perhaps slavery, but maybe you weren't or ever have been in a place of visibility or felt powerful in other circumstances in your life, and you have this little bit of charisma, or you can speak well, or you thrive in this particular setting, and now all of a sudden, like, you're the center of attention. You have, a grip on a community, and these people are, and you have an opportunity to start a business that is taxed. You don't get taxed, right? You know what I'm saying? You have people, people will, it's almost kind of like you turn into this idol. Like, people will, especially in these smaller churches sometimes too, so it's not even just the mega churches. We got to ask pastor before we can, buy this house. We have to ask it very much so. So I just feel like, to me, it lends itself to a certain kind of, putting yourself under a structure that puts you in charge and that feels empowering, especially because a lot of the time what you're pointing to is like, I'm the head of the household. I'm blah, blah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, I get to be the head bitch in charge right now. HBIC energy, you know what I mean? And so it's like that unchecked is dangerous to me. And I feel like these are just people. These are just men. Mm-hmm. It's like, so to suggest that you wrote this book that's going to change. And I think, like, had they been a little less overt with that, it could have been better. Because, like, even Steve Harvey's book
yeah, let's read that
wasn't just straight up infomercial for his book. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. Like,
and we're talking about think like a man, act like a lady.
Yeah, like,
or act like a woman.
Whatever it was. Think like a man. I would just leave it there. But yeah, it wasn't just like a straight up infomercial for his book. You know what I mean? And whether you disagree or agree.
At the end of the day, you don't need a whole book. It's like, don't let these niggas hoe you. That was it.
And even on the other side of that too, right? Like,
I use non-gendered pronouns.
Yeah, don't do it.
I feel like N-word and hoes are both interchangeable.
Okay, good. Yeah. I want to put that out there for those who maybe don't have the same pronouns.
Both. Yeah.
It goes both ways.
It goes both ways. Mm-hmm. It's like, I think the advice I usually try to give people is don't let these hoes stress you out. Like, if you're just on some hoe shit with somebody, remember that. And don't try to turn it into a relationship because you guys have chemistry.
And if you don't have the bandwidth to separate those two things, don't put yourself in that situation. Be real with yourself. Don't play yourself. That might be the realest relationship.
And stop showing
advice.
These things where this man who's been dragging this woman along for years finally marries her. Like, men don't do that in general. Like, when they're like, as grown people, like, it happens so much where women will give like years, decades, eons to a man, and they finally break up because he won't marry her, and then like a week later he marries somebody else.
Yeah, and
it's because he was ready to get married and he been knowing he didn't want to marry you.
That part.
Like, it's so simple. Like, it's overly simple. There's my book. Ooh. Bam.
It's overly simple. Is that the title?
Because we refuse to believe it about men, because women, the way we think about certain things is so complicated, where for men they're just like, nah, I like it.
And then you read the book and then you saw this movie, and then maybe that, and that's why also too, like, and I don't want to knock people who enjoyed this like unironically, you know what I'm saying, who just was like, no, I like this, because I did ask my friend did they watch it, and they were like, yeah, I enjoyed it or whatever, and they were like, well, what did you think? And I was like, I mean, I can see why you would enjoy it, because also
I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
watching it. I just didn't
for
feel
different
like
reasons.
I didn't really because I don't like the message of it, which is everything will work out if you read this book. And because in real life, my observations have been, where I'm at so far, is that this isn't how the relationships that like I said, we're all on the outside of these relationships.
And that's just it.
But in general, it seems like this isn't how stuff works out in real life. Not for real, for real. That's why I didn't like Sex and the City. Like, the real ending would have been Big marry somebody else and then talk to Carrie again.
Yeah, just like in real life.
Just like in real life. Because we read the book. Like,
sure did.
in the real life, about the real Carrie Bradshaw, Candace Bushnell, they broke up and didn't talk to each other again.
Yeah.
So that's how that stuff tends to go.
Yeah, and then it was just like, it was almost, like you said, it was like, because these women weren't focused on the right thing. So in Leah's case, she was overly focused on her, checking everything off her list, but also her career. I'm just like, so is the message, don't have aspirations for your career?
Yes, it's
you know
like
what
the
I'm saying?
Hallmark movies. You know the Hallmark movies, like the Christmas movies, where the girl goes back to her hometown and realizes she don't need that big city career and just needs to stay there and settle down with a guy in a plaid shirt. You never seen that trope? And she's much happier now.
And so what?
Okay, I want to talk about her list. Well, actually, I want to circle back to what you were saying about the power stuff, like with the church, the authoritarianism and stuff like that. Because the reason I brought up slavery is because I read something interesting on Threads.
Please do.
And it's from It's Gurka. As your favorite deconstructed pastor's daughter, I have to mention my theory on how the black church still operates in patterns shaped by slavery. Black men were denied political power, so the pulpit became one of the few places where their authority was publicly affirmed and protected, but it centralized power in male leadership. Pastors became unquestionable. Churches mirror patriarchal models common in American society and plantation systems. Different master, same model.
Amen.
And if you're wondering what we're talking about, like even with the Epstein stuff right now, about how people, for whatever reason, seem unable to know how to bring charges up against the people who have done these things, it's because, in a way, I always felt like Trump even looks like a televangelist. You know what I mean? Like, he has that sort of thing. So I've seen it happen my whole life where these different pastors get into all kinds of trouble, either having affairs and messing with children, stealing money, and everyone's just kind of like, oh, that's fine. He asked for forgiveness.
Yeah. And because that happened, so Michael Todd, so there was...
Oh, Lord, what did he do?
So... let's see. In May of 2023, his church made headlines because he hired a guy named Carl Lentz, a former pastor of Hills Long, New York City. Lentz was fired from the church in 2020 after an extramarital affair. And so he just brought him in as a part of his staff and everything. And then too, no shade, okay? Well, maybe it's shade, I guess. I'm not trying to, let's be real. But they look crazy, right? Like you sent the picture over of Michael Todd, and he's got that haircut that, oh my God, like, why do you have baby hair lined up in the front? Why do you have your hair pulled? It's like, you were a nerd at some point, probably. You know what I mean? Or something was going on socially. This is my...
Oh, you didn't see the before and after picture of him and his wife? Let me see if I got that.
There's a before and after?
Yeah, of them before they come up.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of the time, these people are the ones who aren't the ones, you know? And here's the thing: neither one of them are like ugly or anything.
No,
so
but you can see.
But
yeah,
that's what that money do.
That's
you
what
know
that
what I'm
money.
saying?
Get rid of. One day, and he posted it. You know what I'm saying? That's off of his account.
Oh my gosh.
So
the before and after of it all, like, I just pictured him, being like not that dude, and then like now you're in this position, and it's like, yo, you know what I mean? I'm about to cut my baby hair, line it up. It's just like, and there's something. I mean, he is an entertainer. You could tell he seems like he enjoys the spotlight.
Oh,
too.
it looks like he's having a
He's
ball.
having an amazing time, and
I think people enjoy watching people having a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
To people who enjoy this, they feel like he's breathing fresh life into the word.
The word.
Even though, once again, like, it doesn't seem like he super encourages people to read the Bible, which is always interesting to me. Like,
I really don't know, but people will argue that it doesn't matter as long as people are coming to Christ and like he's bringing people to the, to the table and all this stuff. How they get there maybe is of ill consequence, but to me it just feels like it feels like a gimmick, and it's one of the main reasons why it's like, I can't do it, Captain. I don't have the power. It's like it's already, especially in that sort of a setting where it's so over the top. It's like, dude, this isn't for me, because at the end of the day, the goal should be, like you said, I mean, if you're really here to try to, this isn't to say that their church hasn't done grand things for people, because I did hear they gave money to like the Tulsa, victims of the race riots from the 1920s, like raised their church. So, right? So there's always that. And of course, maybe you hear about that stuff, maybe you don't. So I don't want to make it seem like we're just dragging these people like they're awful. I'm just saying, like Kat said, the onions part. Like, if it was put on a plate before me, just knowing the way that you felt like it was cool to spit in your hand and smear it in a grown man's face in front of a congregation of people and thought that was the way. Nah, and then the movie is just a straight up info. I'm good. Like, I just don't.
It feels to me like you're just using the Christian branding as a springboard for your thing, because in real life, Jesus didn't really talk about relationship goals other than like your relationship to your neighbor, like how you should be treating people and stuff like that. But he really wasn't doling out romantic relationship, because the ancient Hebrews had a very different view on human sexuality and relationships. It really wasn't one man, one woman. It was like one dude and a bunch of underage girls. Where have we heard that before?
Interesting. And maybe that's why it's ultimately appealing. I don't know. But it's just,
I'll think of it.
Yeah, it'll come.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, friend. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, it was entertaining. And it was fun to like notice all the things I knew I wasn't gonna like about it too. So I was kind of watching it from that. I don't take it away from the girls who enjoyed it. Y'all get y'all life. But
I'll
also
take a little away. Like, this isn't what you...
I don't have to. This is for y'all.
It can literally be dangerous, because it is pushing... I know from, like I said,
it doesn't matter. You're just gonna hate me for saying it.
You are, though.
mean?
But I'm just saying, as someone who used to be in it and have been on both sides of it, I gotta say, like... Purity culture is extremely damaging, and it really only exists as to be a tool for abuse and shame. Like but like you said, it's looks like virtue signaling.
That's what
being
it
like,
is.
I'm so pure, I'm not doing what those disgusting hoes are doing.
Exactly.
But in real life,
really
you're just
you
doing
are,
it in
though.
secret. You're just, like I said, it leads to a lot of anal sex.
Oh my God. And then later in life you regret that, because now your colon has no elasticity and you're pooping your pants and you're wearing Depends and you smell like President Trump, and it's
brutal. So yeah, I had in my notes, and I'll try to put it in there, just so I'm not just talking stuff. So I have I've been reading things.
Okay.
And let's see, where's my cited source? Okay, so this was from the Oxford Academic, the Journal of Sexual Medicine, and this was an abstract about being pure and being ashamed, the role of purity culture in sexual well-being.
Ooh.
And it's if you want to do the research,
It's there.
you just don't take our word for it.
Yeah, please don't. I just, to me, he's just not a credible person. And that's why, even as somebody I will be married 20 years this year, I still don't feel like I am in any position to give anybody relationship advice at all. Not in a real way. I can share here, these things have been helpful to me and my husband, but we are us. Do you know what I mean? So it's I don't feel like it's one size fits all. And to me, that's why I hate this message, because this is handing you something so watered down and so
that'll make you feel like a failure if you can't do it.
It's
That's why it ends up being dangerous, because then you're blaming yourself. And the way it showed up is well, you're not doing it hard enough. And that's why you're failing at it. And it's oh gosh, that's not bad. And as someone who I was married, but I'm not now. I've been single a while now. Been almost 10 years. And for some reason, married men seem to think I want to have an affair with them. And it's always just super funny to me
What?
that the men who try to talk to me are all church niggas for the most part. So it's just interesting to me. Like, it's happened more than once over the years. And it's just like,
More than once over the years. And that's what I'm saying. Like, these are just dudes. And I think, again, they're just dudes, man, wearing crosses and showing up to that building sometimes. And sometimes they're only showing up because they know that that's going to give them some social cachet.
Yeah.
And I think because...
And they can get hoes.
And you can get hoes. And especially the ones who... That's what I'm saying. Like, not to be... I'm trying to say it as nice as I can, but like...
We're too deep into the show for that.
It's like they're...
If you made it this far. Do you want to take a break?
Let's take a break before I say something real
mean.
mean.
We'll get right. We'll get right.
Let's get into some real relationship goals when we come back.
Yes. I love that idea.
All right, be right back.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're back from the break.
We are. We talked nonstop.
We did.
It wasn't much of a break.
I don't need a break from that, though.
No.
It's always fun.
We just say all the stuff we're afraid for y'all to hear.
I know. Go to our Patreon if you're interested, guys.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and sometimes it makes it to a real episode. You never know. All right, so should we wrap up our official sort of rating of the book and all that kind of stuff?
Real quick, though. I just have to put a bow because I forgot to mention Treese, her ending where she just gets a dog.
You said it.
I did, but I left out a little part because it very much reminded me of another piece of media I consumed on Netflix called Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh.
And there was a delightful character named Mimi Canassis. And Mimi Canassis was at first trying to convince Jacqueline to get divorced because she was trying to tell her about how great her new life was, and she just gone to Naples with her boyfriend. And later on, she was like, I lied. I was actually planning on coming here and killing you so I could take your husband. And she was like, but what about your boyfriend in Naples? And she's like, no, boyfriend is the name of my loneliness therapy dog.
So that's basically...
Yeah. So what was a joke in Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt was very much realistically the ending for one of the characters in this film, unironically.
Oh, my gosh. Because what I will say for Black cinema, I think it would be fun to have one of those jaunty, quirky, kind of funny rom-com movies that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you do see that can be enjoyable. You know what I mean? This for me wasn't that just because the message was so toxic. I felt like it was like, this is just not a good message.
And she only got the job because the guy didn't want it.
He quit and he walked away.
That really made me upset. I didn't like that at all. Where this woman, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. That's all I wanted.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, friend. So I think we should rate the book.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I can rate the book.
And the book, the movie, the piece of,
because I didn't need to read the whole thing. I got it.
Okay. All right, so you first.
I'm gonna go ahead and just give it. I don't know if I should give it 1 or 0. Put 0.5 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
Amazon stars.
Amazon stars.
Just because writing a book is hard, so at least you did that.
Okay, so you're rating specifically the book.
And also in the film, I'm going to give 2 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
Because at least it was visually giving. And there were some great looks.
Okay. All right. If I have to rate this out of 5, I'm giving it 2 out of 5 lace fronts. Kelly has so many lace fronts.
She had a lot. I noticed when she was acting up, she had curly hair, and when she was acting right, she had the straight hair.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Damn. And I just had to scan back between, and that is so true. Like when she was loving him and they were doing great. Oh my gosh, that's really fucked up. Yeah, so that's it. That's the rating. And both of my stars are really, one is for Kelly, because I love her, and one is for Robin Thede.
Oh, yeah.
I also love her.
Yeah, it was a big jump from Sketch Lady.
The sketch show, yeah.
Because I really felt like they slept on her. She's hilarious.
They could have.
I felt
That's what I'm saying, even just implementing a little bit of
humor. She could have been the
like,
calm. She because of course she delivered well. She's got
That's what I'm
personality,
saying,
charisma,
like, she was
but
fun
she
to
wasn't
watch.
really giving.
She couldn't. It was the words.
I feel like they had a shot collar on here, so if she ever said anything like funny, witty, adult, they would just can't do that.
Yeah,
Or
it
spray her
was-
with a bottle. Be like, no, Robin Thede.
Yeah. Oh my God. I want to know off the record, talking to Robin. So
She ain't
tell
gonna do
me-
that because
I said off the record.
I wouldn't even do it off the record. I know
Would
she
you not?
probably got paid and she wants to keep working.
And that's what I want. And listen, that's what I'm
Because you
saying.
can't
I want
trash
y'all
a
to have
project
it.
you were on
Of
and
course,
then
of
expect it to
course.
get picked up on something else. And
That's
she might
true.
want to be in
Part two?
even more relationship
The
goals.
Right. Next chapter. Okay. So anyway, let's move on from that.
Okay.
And I felt like since it's, Valentine's Day for us, it'll be after when you guys probably are not probably, but when you're listening to this, but it just made me think about relationship goals in general. So I pulled some questions.
Okay.
And so
Are you
wanted to
gonna
ask
answer
a
them too?
couple. I can, yeah,
Okay.
for sure. So, first question would be, what was your very first idea of relationship goals as you grew up? Like, was there an it couple to you? Was there an idea about what the perfect, air quotes, relationship was or looked like?
Yeah. Billy D. Williams and Diana Ross
Damn.
in Mahogany.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even that wasn't
Okay.
great looking back, like that really isn't how you want to.
It's not how you want to get down.
Because it's so great, like looking back with mature eyes, and it's like, he was but to me, that's what I wanted it to look like, because
Okay.
she was like this fashion designer who moved to Italy, and he was a politician, and he went to Italy to get her back, and then they went back and forth, and she gave it all up to go be with him because success is nothing
Compared
without
to the
someone to
man.
share it with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so
so
true.
that might not have been the healthiest thing, but that's the closest thing I can remember to be like, yeah, I want that.
And I mean, I will say that, like, in life, like, obviously, interpersonal relationships are a big part of our lives and will enrich us in a way that, like, other things can't, right? So I don't think that message is necessarily all the way off when you say, like, because you can spend your life chasing things and chasing accolades and then look around and realize, like, it feels empty or whatever. So yes, but to suggest that, like, the romantic love is the only kind of thing that's actually going to fill you up was also a message in the book and in the movie that was just like,
because also, I mean,
know,
I look
man.
at pretty much every older woman I know, and their husbands all die, and they very rarely get remarried. And
why is
they
that?
seem to just keep on living, and they seem okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like and I don't know.
okay, moving on. Next question.
What was your couple?
I don't think I ever really had relationship goals. I never even really thought about being married in a real way. Like, I didn't fantasize about getting married or having a wedding.
You didn't have like wedding Barbie?
Nope. I had Barbie had a Ferrari. She had a Corvette. She had cute clothes.
Oh, I had some wedding Barbies. I had more than one.
I don't think I had any wedding Barbies. I don't remember one. And so, yeah, for me, it wasn't, I never really remembered really clocking that or being on that. You know what I'm saying? And also, too, maybe, too, because my parents got divorced at a certain point, too, so they weren't relationship goals. So I was just like, that's just not my focus.
Weren't. No.
Yeah, I don't, and I can't, I mean, maybe like an animated series or something, but nothing, like, actually when I was thinking about that, I'm like, I don't even know.
You know what, though? Maybe even before Diana Ross and Billy D. Williams, maybe Jim and Rio.
Okay.
Because
Jim
they
and the
didn't,
Holograms,
like, she had a
guys.
boyfriend, but they didn't live together. Like, she just
Yeah.
saw him when she saw him, and he was obviously seeing other people. So,
It's like, that's fine, whatever.
because when she would turn into Jerica,
Yeah, for sure,
like
yeah.
it was
He
just
liked
kind of
her,
like,
too.
and he wasn't in every episode. Like, he just came around when he came around,
So there's that.
and he could fix stuff.
Which is always nice.
Yeah, he was an engineer. That was cool.
All right, let's see what others. Okay. I'm not gonna ask that one. Okay, here's one. What's one bare minimum that people treat like it's elite behavior, or something that people act like, oh my gosh, he did this or they do this, and it's like, well,
Not
that's
cheating.
Agreed.
Yeah, like that's a Herculean feat.
Agreed. It's like, he doesn't even cheat on me, girl.
What?
He doesn't. He's never smacked me or beat me.
What?
He comes home every night. He has a job.
What? All the time?
he's nice to me. It's like,
when I tell you, okay, because this is now at this big age, when I think about like what it would take to actually be in a relationship, like for real,
Right, right.
like if I was really gonna like, what would that look like?
right. Crack your fingers, read the book, and do the work.
Like get down to business. First and foremost, it would have to meet the baseline of what I do for myself because I love myself. So if you're not doing that, everything else would be a love downgrade. And just logically, that doesn't make any sense. So I basically, and honestly, I don't even want to do a baseline because making a lateral move doesn't make a lot of sense either. Like making room in my life for another person for things to basically just kind of be the same. So really, to add it, it would need to be a love upgrade. And
But that makes me think too, though. So like, if you, along that same sort of logic, if your baseline is good and you like your baseline and you're lonely, do you think it's okay to make a lateral move to include somebody? Because you're like, you know what, I'm lonely, and maybe they're not like adding to it in terms of like,
well, they would be adding to it if you're lonely.
right. You know
So
what I'm saying?
that
Like,
would
so for
be
people who
the
are lonely, maybe a lateral move
addition.
isn't.
That makes
bad.
sense to them for
Yeah,
sure. Like,
yeah.
yeah, obviously people want different things.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the book doesn't make room for. Like you said,
Right.
it's
It's like,
very
no, read it.
blanketed. Like, you just need this. Girl.
Read it,
Trust
do
us.
it, and
stop leaning on your own understanding.
Standing.
You hoes.
Stop having goals.
Yeah.
Just
Like, yeah.
hunker down on that
Yeah,
man.
tear that up.
Okay. All right. And I think I named some in the midst. Let's see. I think you just answered. Have your relationship goals changed as you've gotten older?
Oh, for
Absolutely.
sure. Yeah.
Okay. So do you think chemistry or compatibility matters more long term?
Compatibility.
Absolutely.
Because chemistry fizzles.
Chemistry.
It hits hard and it fades fast.
Real quick. What do you think accountability looks like in love? Because this was something that I didn't feel like got.
Yeah, like
you know what I'm
for
saying?
the-
Like really,
like when
the
they
work.
talk about like
it was just reading the book. That was all that had
That's
to happen.
all that had
There
to
was
happen.
No real
We didn't have to
accountability.
address the infidelity, the text messages from other women, yeah.
Now you want to marry me all of a sudden. All you had to do was read
honestly,
the book.
what did we know about Method Man's character other than he was fine
He
and
worked
read
in
the
TV
book.
as well.
and worked for TV?
Good dental hygiene. He had abs. He probably smelled good based
Yeah.
on how things looked. That's all I got.
Yeah, to me it was very shallow. Like we didn't really get into like
all it
why.
takes. He was
why
fine, and he
other
goes to
than he
church.
was fine and
He went to church.
and honestly, because it seemed like the daddy wanted her to get back with him too, and it's
He just
like,
wanted her to have the same thing him and his mom had. I thought that's a fucked up message because I might not have what you and your mom
Right.
had. And honestly, too, what did you and mom have? They never elaborated on what that was
Right.
because maybe your mom died miserable and was in a long-term relationship that she wasn't even fulfilled in and felt socially obligated and sort of morally like, again, like that posturing of like, I'm a good Christian woman. I got to stay with my man
Oh,
through
because
the
that was
abuse.
another thing too. When I was just reading reviews, and
I
I,
thought
don't
we
know if
weren't
this is
reviewing it no
true
more, no.
because, like, I didn't read it, but they said like in chapter 8, there was some criticism because he was saying like wasn't necessarily giving the advice to leave abusive marriages.
I think a lot of times that's not the advice the
I
pastors
know
will
it wasn't
give
the
you.
advice I was given, so,
Yeah, so
good
there's
thing
that.
I leaned on my own understanding.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. And I think we've answered this. Do you think faith-based sort of advice works for everyone? I just don't think it does. I think it isolates
If you're an
a lot of
evidence-based
people.
person, faith-based stuff isn't going to work.
It
for
doesn't
you.
work, man, because it feels like we're just saying stuff.
Yeah, I need some evidence, especially when it comes to someone who cheated on me. I need some evidence that that's
You're
not
not
going to
gonna do
happen
that no
again.
more.
And actually, to me, that would just be really, really tough because I'm like, man, especially if we weren't together that long, it sounds like, everybody was still, I don't know, man. I ain't.
Okay. Let's see. Maybe I don't know. These are okay. All right. Here's one.
Okay.
What's a relationship pattern you had to unlearn?
Oh, like being a people pleaser. Like this
Ooh, that's a good
idea
one.
of like tamping down how I feel and like walking on eggshells so you don't upset somebody else. I read a thing too about how that's a big indication that you were kind of brought up in abuse systems where you feel the need to constantly please a difficult personality.
Oh.
Like that was something I had to unlearn. Like that's not something I need to do to be
Yeah.
worthy of love.
No, you sure don't. And it's interesting too because it's like, an observation I've made is like, or I'll just say, I know for me personally, I don't like being in spaces where I feel like I can't be myself. You know what I mean? So like, especially when you're like, I don't know how you can actually be around somebody you're trying to build a life with and you're walking on eggshells, or you're literally stifling parts of who you are to be pleasing
Acceptable.
or
Yeah.
that has to be, I can't even imagine. So I think one of the best relationship goals, advice I could give to somebody would be like, find somebody who actually likes you as a person and respects you and gives you the space to just be who you are and accepts it, because that's what it takes. Like if you're in a long-term relationship, you have to say, if this person stays like this, how they are today, if they don't change, like, can I accept that? 20 years from now, 10 years from that.
How about this? I don't do that, but I just get plastic surgery instead. So I'm super hot and they want me for that.
So now 10 years after your plastic surgery and it starts to fail you.
Just keep getting it.
Keep getting it.
Just
that seems dangerous, friend. I can't
All
recommend
right.
that.
All
Can't
right. Well, I'll keep
recommend
that one in my back pocket.
Okay. But for the girls who are doing that, I mean, you let me know how that has worked out for you. I just, it just feels unsustainable. But and it's just cheaper. Just get them. Just if
Yeah,
he likes you,
I'm
it's
in
just
these-
easier. If
'cause
she
I
likes
feel
you, if
like
they like you.
I've seen women do so many things to be attractive where it's like, man, if your goal is to get a man.
And all he got to do is go to church and read this book. That's crazy. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. I think that's it for the questions.
Okay.
Do you have any relationship goals you would share with people? Or not goals, or advice, rather?
I mean,
Or something you've learned that you feel like has been helpful?
seriously, my catchphrase, your body belongs to you. That's why I have to say it all the time, because
Okay.
I think that one of the reasons why I'm not running to get back into another long-term relationship, for one, I'm still raising kids. So
Sure.
that really, I don't
time-consuming.
have the emotional bandwidth, quite
Amen.
honestly, or the time. But, eventually, she's going to go off to college and stuff. I don't want to feel obligated to sleep with someone. To me, that was a big part of what you're kind of taught in some of these organizations, is you have to constantly be sexually available or else you're abusing him. So it's like, I don't want that kind of pressure. I don't feel like being responsible for someone else's sexual release. And so
Damn.
that was,
And because it's frowned upon to...
masturbate. Yeah, that's the devil's handshake.
I just can't. I don't...
So yeah, there's certain things where I don't want to, like I said, I like having my own space, like to just do whatever I want to.
And I think to suggest that because you're in... I mean, that is kind of crazy, too, because it's like, so now I'm just...
Yeah, it's a weird thing. Or and if you don't, then he's justified in cheating. So,
Or she.
No.
No?
Moni.
What?
You
I'm an ignorant fool now? Oh, no.
Oh, that was
She can't.
No.
I don't like this game. This is the worst.
No.
He
no,
can
no.
because he's a man. Mm-hmm. If your
A man
man
has
isn't giving it up
needs.
to you in a long-term relationship, then you have to just
Figure out what you're
can't
doing
rub
that's
one
turning
out.
them
You
off.
can't-
Get some surgery. Get surgery, bitch.
wait a minute. What if it ain't got nothing to do with you?
It's always you.
Oh my gosh, it's always you.
It's always you.
Maybe that's my new catchphrase. It's
That's
always
why
you. Know
the
that.
women have to wear the burqas and men
I'm
don't have to wear
sick of it.
blinders. Like, yeah, it's always the woman. You're the one who has to like cover up them shoulders and
you
cover
wonder
up that
why
midriff.
I thought it was funny when people's balls were getting ripped off last week's episode. Made me chuckle a bit. Which, by the way, my grandma thought it was funny when I told her the plot for the movie. As soon as I said it, she died laughing. I was like, "Thank you, Gigi. Thank you. Tell Kat to get real. That's funny."
I'm willing to admit I'm wrong. It's fine.
funny
I
to
just
me.
get squeamish. But yeah, I think, let's see, my relationship goals, like my romantic relationship goals, are to not accept a love downgrade.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
That's not what the movie told us, but
No.
it's counter to that. But you know what? Watch it and then
Yeah.
see for yourself. Let us know what you thought about it.
Yeah,
I
if
think,
nothing else, you'll have a good time.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like the people who enjoyed it had a good time, and the people
Yeah.
who did. I listened to Jellyfish something. It was like two gay dudes talking about it. It was hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, they
had a good time.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Well, everybody looked beautiful. Congratulations to all of the people who did the lighting, the makeup, the hair, the outfits, all that stuff. You guys did a great job. And ultimately, I'm not mad about Black folks having movies. I just really wish that, like, it could have just been regular and been fine. You know what I mean? There was so much potential there, and it was like, ooh, drop it, you fumbled it.
Yeah, we could have had a good time.
We could have had an even better time. Than, you know, us sort of not hate watching it, but just being like, okay.
Oh.
All right, man. So, and I don't know if y'all should be taking advice from somebody who, again, I can't get over the spitting in the hand and smearing it. He did apologize, but like, I'm sorry.
I feel like the apology was
part.
part of the promotion too. Like, to me, everything is just about getting that attention.
And who was this grown man who allowed that?
Here's the thing,
Just
and just
come
for
on.
people who know, it was based on a Bible story.
I don't give a damn.
But
So now we're reenacting Bible stories. You know how horrible a lot of Bible stories are, friend?
No,
I know
don't.
you know because you
No.
read
What are
it.
they- why? Why would you say that?
Have you read the Bible?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know
So
why
you
you'd say
know
that.
why. Yeah. So anyway.
So much rape. God.
So now we're reacting. Do you know what I'm saying? It would be like, that's a bad idea. There's some of this shit we shouldn't even, we shouldn't be highlighting. So anywho. All right, well, let's get to next week's episode, friend. Can we spin it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, spin it. Oh my gosh, just in time for Black History Month, friend.
So more the drama, it looks like. We are going to be watching Reality Check Inside America's Next Top
Oh
My
God. Did you watch it when
In
it
real
came out?
time?
Yes.
Obsessed.
Obsessed. Same.
Obsessed.
It was a
what was it
cultural
on
phenomenon.
UPN or CW?
One of them.
One of them.
One of them.
Oh.
It was a good time. And I'm sure revisiting this is going to be messy and all over the place and delicious and funny and sad and all of the things. So I am excited to review this.
Because anytime you go back to the 90s, man.
We're like, oh my God. It's like, wow, we was out there getting it, boy. I didn't realize how crazy it was. It's like, wow. Wow. So yeah, that'll be fun, man. Tyra, she's always a good time. Trying to think, is there anything else? Guys, hopefully you enjoyed your Valentine's Day. And if you're not booed up and not in a relationship,
that means there's something fundamentally wrong with you.
just tap into the love that you have around you. Don't discount the love you do have in front of you. Just cherish that. And, find time to do the stuff you love and love the stuff you do.
Oh, yeah, because your body belongs to you.
Sure
and you
does.
don't have to be in a relationship if you don't want to, because that's the whole... If you can't be single, what is the point of America?
And what's wrong with being okay with that? You know what I'm saying? And
The
liking
Golden Girls
yourself.
did.
They sure did.
They were fun.
And they cherished their friendships.
They did.
They built their lives around it. And
they
so
really did.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So that's it, friends.
That's it.
All right. We're out of here. Peace. See you next time.
Before we go, we must give thanks to Urban Nerd for providing our music, and legal services were handled by Trezene M. Atkins. If you like what you heard, please feel free to join us every Wednesday for another fake-ass book club. Cheers.
Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out at thefabpodcast.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast wherever you're listening right now. We want to hear from you. Come put it in our life. Thanks again, and until next time, peace, love, and the Fake Ass Book Club. We out.
Oh, they have dancers, light shows.
Of course
Yeah.
they-
Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, because that's what's so funny, too, because, Baptist, you can't be dancing because that looks too much like fucking.
My goodness. Knowing y'all be fucking, that's your favorite thing. Remember that remember that pastor that got put on blast? Gangster.
That's
bitch.
true. That did really
You don't have
get
to
my
say
life
why. That got
together.
me together. Heard me. And then she said, a little bit before you got here, she said, so said the F word? Did she say, it was like, so you called her a bitch? So you actually said it. Did she say the F word or did she say, I'm like, no, she said, fuck Trump. She was like,
Oh.
and then she did like this. She was like, yeah. So cute. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, actually, I will, because that was the highlight of my week.
I mean,
for
it
sure.
just, I don't know how it couldn't be, man.
Like watching that with her. That was. I want to talk about the Tyra documentary
Oh.
because that'll
That's
be out
okay?
by then.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about that time Tyra wore that fast suit.
Yeah.
Remember?
Vaguely. I remember. And then it was like, this is so hard. And was she crying?
Yeah.
This bitch. Of course she was. Yep. Yep. All right. Okay, so
right.
let's talk about it. What are we announcing next week?
I want to do
The
the
Tyra
thing. Let me
documentary?
double check
Yeah,
that
double check
it'll
that
be
it's-
out in time.
Do that.